Greetings, my beloved Black people. Welcome back to the plight and struggle of Black people in America. As you know, on Sundays, we have our Prominent Black People series. And as usual, we have a special guest, a special person. And as usual, usually we know the people or the person quite well or not. We've even had people we've met today and interviewed tomorrow. However, this brother here, he's a quite interesting fella that I've known, I believe, for about 7-8 years, something like that. And if you follow me for any length of time, you know that I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Been in Dallas, Texas since 1980. And that even though I love all of Dallas, and you know when I talk about Philly, I'm thinking about loving North Philly. But even though I love all of Dallas, the most special place in my heart of Dallas is West Dallas for many reasons. And it's just by happenstance, coincidence, or something more supreme than us makes this happen. This brother's from West Dallas too. So I'll just say without further delay, I'll bring the brother in there. Hey, what's up, my man? How you feeling?
Brother Lorenzo, how you doing today, man? I'm blessed. As usual.
Thank you. Yeah. I think all of us above ground are blessed to some degree. I believe that.
Well, I agree with that. Definitely. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you having me on, Brother Lorenzo. First of all, to be called a prominent anything in today's world is definitely a blessing. So, how you doing?
I'm good. But just for the viewers, introduce yourself just a little bit, your name, whatever else you want to tell them about yourself, what your track record in the West.
Well, it's a long story, but we ain't gonna. I go by my name is Elijah Crenshaw, birth name. Where did we start? I'm a barber, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I love my city and love my people. More importantly, raised in Dallas, Texas. I've been blessed to, and we'll get into the topic in a minute, but I've been blessed to realize the greatness that we all have a opportunity to take advantage of. And during my journey of life, I've just been planting seeds unknowingly. So I'm a barber, brain surgery survivor, had brain surgery almost 3 years ago now. Wow.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Man, in April, it'll be 3 years, Mr. Lorenzo.
It's interesting because even that too seemed like about a year and a half.
I know. And like you say, we've been knowing each other 7 years. Time flies.
Yeah, no doubt.
Man, one of my messages, during my journey, that's one of the things I try to put on my people is time does fly. Take advantage of it. A little bit here, a little bit there equals up to greatness. So back to me. I'm born and raised in Dallas, Texas, Mr. Lorenzo. Barber for 23 years now.
I think you've been mine for about the last 2.
Yeah, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
And being a barber, I realize it's been a part of my journey on learning communication and being real community driven. Mm-hmm. So, in the process, over my years, I've gotten into taking advantage of this social media, which is a lot of what I preach, taking advantage of technology. I've learned, a lot of things dealing with this digital, but a lot of my messages, it's not about what I do, it's about what I can do for you, and everything I do, anybody can do. So I don't know if that, but on the back end, I do have a journey, a story.
I was going to say, it sounds like somewhere in there you're willing to share some of that knowledge.
I'm willing to share all of it, brother.
Okay, man. So, is there a way for them to directly holler at you on that, something like that?
It is. I go by the name of Clarity Coach EJ, and that goes off my name, Elijah Crenshaw J. My middle name is Julius, so. We got a few names,
but black folks, you can say, because that's all over America. I'm from Philly, and I know I had 3 or 4 growing up.
That's what I'm saying.
That one on my birth certificate.
That's out to Philly.
And Black was one of them.
Which what'd you say?
Black was one of them.
Is it?
Still
Oh,
is
me
actually,
too.
not just was. Black is one of them.
He is one of them.
I still got a few.
For real. Is that me too?
No doubt.
But yeah, I mean, Clarity Coach EJ is one that was dropped upon me, and it's kind of funny. Well, I don't like saying funny these
So is
days.
that on Facebook or something, or is that .com? You know?
Yeah, you can actually go to claritycoachej.com.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I go by Yaki Domingo. That's one of my funny pages. If y'all on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of funny stuff. But the end of the day, my message is to make somebody's days a little better, a little inspiration, a little funny, a little happy,
Good
So,
intentions. I love good intentions. That's
oh
one
man,
thing I love. I love a lot of things, and that's one of them. Good intentions make a difference, I believe.
it makes the difference. Intention is everything. The energy behind it, and like I said, I've been blessed during my journey to realize the spiritual greatness that we all have, and that we've unfortunately been distracted and gotten away from. But we are coming back, and this is a part of that. So
Right.
anyway, claritycoachej.com. I do a lot, y'all. I've gotten into just like I say, passing down the information that I've been blessed to receive, and it's not about me. So claritycoachej.com. Y'all can go there. I don't know. I do a lot. Just go check it out. We ain't gonna get into that. I don't try to force, like I say, the services, because I understand us being us, that happens naturally. Like you say, being genuine.
Right. When
Yeah, you don't have to sell. Value sells itself. So I provide a lot of value, and I try to assist my people with doing the same, understanding that everything else comes with that. So
I'm just curious because I'm not exactly sure where you headed next, but I'm thinking why it's hitting my mind. Do you still do things with music? I'm saying that primarily because because I have this music that I use on my thing for my show, and I was doing it just before, then I did it before and after. Now I just do it just at the end. Black Beautiful People. You created that totally, or how did that happen?
Yeah, Beautiful Black People. That is one of my songs, and the story behind it is it is a story. Like I said, during my journey, I've always tend to be different, purposely.
Okay.
And my music journey started years ago. I've always been different, and it started with me just kind of letting one of my friends that I knew is a musician hear some of my music, and so it started from there. He invited me to the studio, and his entire little rap organization was called Black Intelligent Young Originators. That's where it all started, and we stood on that.
I like that.
Yeah, appreciate it. And so for years, we stood on originality, while there were a lot of people, doing the same rap and this and that. We stayed original. So long story short, Beautiful Black People is a song that stemmed from substance and knowing that song is valid regardless of time. That wasn't made for money. That song was made to empower people on an individual basis.
And we'll do it.
Thank you. And I appreciate it. And it's a song that I really don't push heavily, because I know it's being pushed. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do, and there's other things to come from it. But that song originated the last year Obama was in office.
Okay.
And it was because, I don't know if everyone remember, that year we were shining in the Olympics. Oh, Black people was hot, but we're always shining. But
that's what I was thinking in my mind. I thought we always shine in the Olympics.
But I'm just saying, that particular year, and unfortunately, we were also being taken advantage of.
That sounds like
once again,
competitiveness too.
Exactly. So, I mean, it was the combination of both, and it was simply created to empower people. I do understand the power of music, and
positive or negative.
Positive or negative, everything is vibrations. We attract, we repel, we resonate, and long story short, that song, man, I reached out to a few people that I felt qualified to be on that song, that I would have loved to have on it. They didn't understand the depths, and that's cool too.
They didn't understand the depths of Black people loving themselves.
Well,
didn't understand the depth. That's the way I see, I don't know who the person
That's
is.
what
I
I
just know
mean.
what you said, and I heard the song. So if you speaking like that, it's something in there you ain't knowing about the love of black self somewhere to some
Yeah,
degree.
exactly. And
Okay,
that's,
we
I
gonna
mean,
move on.
that's understandable. And that's kind of what my conversation is. Unfortunately, the greatness that we have opportunity to take advantage of is also can also be the distraction. And so in the process of creating beautiful black people, it was actually recorded like 2 years after I originally wanted to release it, only because I wasn't about to beg anyone to be on a powerful song.
Or for
And
anything else on the begging. You ain't
exactly.
gonna do
And
no begging.
these were people that I felt qualified. So, I don't force anything. And that's, I advise everyone to not force anything.
Right, right.
Life is more about finding the path of least resistance. And
Absolutely.
so,
Even in
um,
plumbing.
period.
I went to school for plumbing, that's why I said that.
No, you know what, too, Mr. Lorenzo? No, that's. I'm glad you brought that up. Something I realized in life is the fundamentals to any lessons. Any lesson actually applies to everything. If you step back, it applies to
You're
all.
right. We say
Yeah,
fundamentally, no doubt.
it does. Relationships, money, jobs, and with the social media thing, which is what I try to teach the simplicity of. Those same simplicities of being genuine, having genuine intent, actually providing value, service genuinely
Right, right.
is the translation of social media. That is the simplicity. We get on here and we're turning to advertisers, trying to sell stuff, robots. We miss the greatness. And this is the greatness. So
Yeah.
Beautiful Black People is a song.
A great song.
Thank you.
Is
And
there a way somebody could just go see that song? Where would they have to look? What they look
go
on
to
YouTube? What?
and it's so much people. I'm trying not to forget, but go to YouTube, put in Yaki Domingo, YAKIDAMINGO.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, I have old songs, and even during my rap career, a lot of my music didn't contain cursing music because I intentionally was different. I do have old songs, but even with those, it shows the progression as progression. Even though I was different then, I look back at my music and I do see like it's like wow, a lot of you don't even want to listen to like but I may release a project only to show the growth.
Okay.
It's to show the people that the growth. I
Yeah.
believe in leading by example. We
Yeah,
are the
and that's
answer.
a good thing because that's like I've been dealing with youth a lot of times, and like you say, growth. Like I'll be telling them a lot of times, and this can apply to anybody. I'm like, okay, I'm not asking you to be perfect or none of that, but just do it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody could do it a little bit better at anything, because that means pretty much a little bit more effort.
Exactly.
You feel me? So it's about encouraging people to help them find their self and what their knack is in life so that they can excel in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And addition, we know addition. It's the same thing. You keep doing that a little bit. Guess what? It equals.
More for sure.
It equals a lot,
Right,
way more than it
right.
does. But
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
about Beautiful Black People,
Yeah.
it was getting such a great response from an older crowd on Facebook. I specialize in
So when you say older crowd, what age group are you referring to?
definitely 50 and up. I know how to do ads on social media, and it's not ads are a real technique that people it shows on people feed, but they have to intentionally press play and watch. But we had such a great response from an older crowd, 50 and up. They were commenting to even just see an older crowd on social media engaging.
Yeah.
I do understand people can completely love what you do and they don't have to click like. But that's not a bad thing. A lot of people take that wrong. Oh, I see people watching, they ain't liking. You getting confused. You getting distracted. That's not. But for these elderly, I won't call them elderly. What's elderly? What's considered elderly? I don't want to be.
You tell me. You tell me. I didn't say that word.
Well, we're gonna remove that word. Delete that.
Okay.
But for an older crowd to even be engaging.
Well, I'll say this: 50 is not elderly. I'll say
No,
that
I don't
much.
even. I'm thinking about that, Mr. Lorenzo.
No, 50 is not elderly. Elderly, I would say, starts no sooner than 60. No sooner.
I'm almost thinking it starts no sooner than you think you're an elder.
That's interesting.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
it depends on what criteria you want to use because they got different things. Like you gotta be 65 to get
Yeah, you're right.
Medicare, and
You
discounts
got to
on
be.
certain things. You gotta be 60, 55, whatever it is. It depends on the criteria of what you're after, and then they go from there.
Yeah, you're right. Once again, look, the criteria.
You feel me?
But
Yeah,
anyway, what
yeah,
happened was, people, we had a great response from an elderly crowd, and Facebook deleted my entire page, the entire artist page.
Did
Song,
they give a
comment.
reason?
See, I know why they deleted it.
But did they
You know
give
why
you
they really
one?
did
But
it.
did they give you one? They don't have to give you any reason.
Well, me knowing the reason, first of all, I reached out so they can hang themselves. So I do have
So they
emails.
didn't initially give you a reason. Is what you're telling me?
Oh, well, they said the automatic response was, I can pull it up. I don't have
No,
it now.
they don't have to be
No, but
verbatim.
what it
Just
was,
generally
they said we were promising. What did they say?
promising.
Basically
Oh,
like
that's
we were.
interesting. For them to use that word, whatever the
It
promise
was.
they thought it was, they was afraid of. It sound like.
No, that's exactly what it was, and that's the reason I decided to let them give me. Come on, tell me why.
So, just from your speculation, what do you think they thought the promise was?
Well, no, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't remember the exact words, but it was something as if we were
promising something y'all couldn't deliver, pretty much,
or something that wasn't true.
Okay.
So, and there was nothing. I specialize in copywriting and wording certain things.
But let me say this to that for the listeners that do go and look up the song, because I feel like this. Okay, you know, I play it at the end of the song now. But guess what? When I downloaded or uploaded to YouTube, when I was first putting videos before I ever did a live, right? You know how it goes. They'll send you something after they watch it. I believe they watch it. And then they'll say something about copyright infringement. But there'll be a pair of scissors right there you can touch. When you touch those scissors, it do their thing. They'll censor it. And then they'll say, but you can use this. But what I thought was so interesting, they come back on yours when I uploaded and said, I couldn't use none of that from the beginning up until Obama and them took the thing off the page. I can use all that afterwards.
Yeah.
But I know the reason. Because the very beginning, they talking about that stuff about black people being guides. That's a big part of the problem. About two other things were said in the very beginning that they like, oh no. Yeah. That's what the problem is. So the viewers, that first 30 seconds, 45 a minute, that's the reason. They don't want you to see that. I'm gonna tell you,
the whole entire song is the reason.
But why did they not tell me that one allowed either? Because I ain't got copyright to none of the songs. You do. You know. So why you let me have any of it?
And that's
no, but I'm glad they did at least let me have it because the people need to hear it. So I'm glad they at least let me have that part.
And once again, y'all go check it out. Beautiful Black People on YouTube. It had, man, the numbers were amazing on the Facebook page, and I planned to reach back out to those people, thank them, and I was communicating with them, and also start the journey of connecting with like-minded people, which we have the opportunity of doing with the internet. And once again, I instantly knew why they deleted it. The entire page, not just the phone. Entire, right now, ladies and gentlemen, I no longer have access to advertise on Facebook, even though that's what I do for a living. I help businesses grow and be seen, and that's one of the things I offer. But for my page, I no longer have access to do that. But that don't stop nothing. That's what they don't understand. All they did was give me content. I have emails. Basically, Mr. Lorenzo, like I say, they were insinuating we were promising something that was false. There was nothing in the what is it? The title, well, the description, nothing in the description promising nothing fake.
Right.
The title was Beautiful Black People. So what are you saying? What is that what you're saying is false? That had to be. Now, there were things in the video, but once again, people, I reached out to them just so they can hang themselves. And their excuse was, it was clear that they had no reason. And they ended the conversation with like, you know how they just shut you down. We don't blah, go. So that's content.
That's enough of that.
They gave exactly. They seen that they was messing with the wrong person, and they were like, "Oh, let's get out of here, man. Let's So, but anyway, that didn't do nothing to give me content. They messing with the wrong person.
Right.
So anyway,
at the end of the day, go ahead, bro.
It was also amazing and powerful. My dad, he's 84. He's played blues over 70 years. And
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's a group of guys that he was playing with, part of his group back in the day, and I now cut their hair. They knew me before I knew me.
Right,
And
right, right,
so
right.
when the song came out, one of his friends, I told them, and they loved it. And they were in their definitely 70s then. And so for 60 and 70-year-old people to be listening to what's actually considered rap, and I don't believe in those titles. I don't believe in genres. Make music, make good music. That removes age. There's no age to music, people.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
not get that confused. Make good music. Yes, there is appropriate music. So with artists, there's no age on music. Don't get distracted. Don't let that stop you from delivering your message. Just adjust your message. Music is powerful. Music is vibration. That is one of our magical powers. It is, like I say, on one end, it is affecting us, but we have the same power to affect. We are influencers. We are influencing, start to influence.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, but anyway, even my dad's friend is like, he's an older guy, so he was just learning how to work technology, and he actually asked me to resend him the song at least 4 times.
He lost it somewhere.
Yeah, but he wanted to hear it.
Oh, absolutely. Again. He wanted to hear it again. Yeah.
So
that's
anyway,
what's
beautiful
up.
black people.
Yeah.
It's a story behind them, Mr. Lorenzo. You know, it's so much to talk about, but it was created to empower people, and that's what I stand for on the inner road, people. I take an untraditional route. You may see me like this, or you may see me ashy, looking crazy, but my message is the same, baby. And I do that purposely to let my people know, be you, love you. All that other stuff don't matter. Don't get it confused.
Oh yeah, you have to love yourself.
Also, I do a lot, man, with the youth. Well, I want to get back to doing a lot with the youth. One of the parts of my journey, I got a son who was killed in a car accident at the age of 14.
What year was that?
That was 2000, and man, I almost tried not to. 2000, what is it, 7? I don't even remember, Mr. Lorenzo. I tried to. It was 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, that's a number they can calculate.
Yeah, that's why I say
that'd be 18, 18.
Yeah, it's 2017. That's what it was. But
Yeah, you
yeah,
said
it's
14 years of age. You said.
yeah, and
I know
he
that
was an
hurt.
innocent bystander. Him and the kid driving was killed in the car accident, 4th of July. So my 4th of July's will never be the same. But even before that, and it was, I understand, he was a teenager. He was actually in the wrong place, wrong time, but he was a teenager, people. We are something. One time, the blessing is we do grow. And I do know if he'd have still been there, he'd have grew. Unfortunately, I mean, even before that, I had a kids group, the Pop Rocks. It was my son, who was killed in a car accident, my nephew, and my other son, who wasn't my birth son, but I had him since he was 3 months, my baby.
That's
And it wasn't about the music, people. It wasn't. I know a lot of people probably assumed it was me trying to make money. No, that ain't never been. I ain't never tripped on that. But it was me trying to give them something to attach to before the world got to them. It's like
right.
a long time ago, I just realized the power of social media and how it was negatively influencing not just kids but adults. And so I tried to do something to stop that. And time passed. They became teenagers and didn't want to do the music anymore. But at the same time, their grades weren't where they needed to be. So I kind of took it from them. No, you don't get to do music either. But in the process, that's just one of my journeys. I have a little band I tend to wear every day. Be a leader. Little organization we started, be a leader of the movement. Speaks for itself, people. We lead by example. They're watching us. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on. We're as humans, we're all influenced by something at all times. So what we used to call peer pressure, I understand that's times 1 million now because of social media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. So I do understand that it's hard on our youth. It's hard on adults. Our adults are being hypnotized and all the above. So
it's hard, but I think what's making it like a concentrated hard is that we're not giving those same youth other options and activities. Exactly. You see, now if we did that more, it would counter some of that stuff because, okay, if all they hear is the bad, unless they have it within themselves, they don't know nothing about the good. But if they hear the bad and the good, they have something to choose from, something to evaluate and compare. So we've got to do more about giving those youth more places and things to be about. Just like what you tried to do with your son and nephews and them. But we've got to do it on a community level, right?
I agree.
Like that big village concept. And we're working on some things and it's going to get done. And there's, I'm sure, some people already doing some things. But, we get it going, more visibility, and more people get to understand how crucial it is for Black people to have the mindset of uniting and embracing the mindset of all for one and one for all, because it's crucial for our even survival and existence.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And we're at the threshold. Go ahead, bro.
No, we are.
Mm-hmm.
No, we are. Well, I like to listen too, Miss Lorenzo. So.
I know, but see, I try not to talk so much, and I've had friends that say, you need to not talk so much and let them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can talk, I can talk. You know how that is. We both are talkers.
Yeah, we some talkers, Miss Lorenzo.
Which is a good thing, and that's why I need to be more of these type of podcasts done by people with positive messages, because it looks like, unfortunately, those podcasts that are just talking rudely, roughly, cussing, N-word, everything else like that, they seem to get the greater numbers, unfortunately. But I think that's partly because they had a big head start on us, good guys.
Yeah,
that's what I think. So, yeah.
And that's the message that they want us to spread. They
definitely, absolutely. That's the reason they making sure they get the access to the paper, because sadly, some people will do almost anything for money. Mm-hmm. And some people will literally do anything for money if it's enough of it. And that's terrible, horrible. You're talking about no integrity of self or life itself, for that matter. But the more we do these, it's a buddy of mine, Eric Johns, he's local out of DeSoto. He has a podcast called The Switch Within. He'll have a show this evening at 6:45 p.m. So, and he had been on a little short off. He bringing back the third season. So more and more people need to do the positive, and then we can counter the negative. I'm gonna give one person. Go ahead.
Hey, you know me, Lorenzo. We doing it right now.
Absolutely, but I want to say this to encourage more people to do it. You hear me?
Exactly, and that's what we're doing, though. That's what I tell my people.
So I want to verbally put that out.
Don't get confused by this social media meaning of influencer. They make you chase being an influencer when you're already an influencer. Influence. We do and that's the whole thing behind Be a Leader, the movement. If we lead, they will follow. That's how we operate as human people. It's psychological, and
that's why we need to give them more positive things to follow, because they following what's there, and if ain't nothing there but negativity, that's what they follow.
Yeah, and you know what I realized, Mr. Lorenzo, and a lot of the greatness of what I try to remind my people of, investing in yourself, improving in yourself, is the example. Absolutely. So in today's world, you actually investing in yourself, you actually starting your podcast, you are now the example, people. And once again, I got a story, and I'm sure I won't be able to tell all of it. I had brain surgery.
I got a son that was
unfortunately killed in a car accident at 14. Mm-hmm. I have a set of twins. I've missed half their life now, unfortunately, for absolutely no reason other than childhood trauma from their parental, their what is it?
Biological mother.
Yeah, their mother. And I don't even, it's ridiculous, people, but that don't stop me from trying to share the message. No, that don't, and it won't. Mm-hmm. I believe that just, I'm blessed. I believe I've been built for this reason, to be the example. Mm-hmm. So once again, people, it's greatness out here, and we ain't gotten to the generational wealth. That's what I like to talk about, and I think that's the kind of the topic. What is it? Black generational wealth, baby.
Yeah, that is it. Mm-hmm.
And by the way, y'all, I don't take no credit for what I do. I'm just blessed to receive the clarity as it's handed down. But if I would love to speak at I'm trying to look for youth conferences, Mr. Lorenzo, and it's kind of. I don't believe in the word funny and or coincidental. It's godly. It's supposed to happen. That it's circle back around. That's what I was doing kind of after my son's death.
Right.
And that's where it's like it's came back around to where, I mean, all this stuff I've been doing has been to get back to that, but it's just been some things lately, like, and even with Be a Leader of the Movement, that was something I started before my son's death, maybe a
Okay.
month before he passed. I seen it very appropriate. It just, that was the situation, period. And we're not going to get into the depths, but I've always influenced my son positively. Like, people know, but once it get to a certain point of teenagers, I do understand. But at the same time, I ain't gonna get too into depths. He didn't have a lot of. He decided to run away, live on the other side, and unfortunately, I'm gonna get into it. But anyway,
let me just say this little piece, which I know is devastating and hurtful and all that, but for me to speculate to have went through that, it's going to be hard regardless. But I would be feeling a little better that my child was in a car accident than murdered by some gang activity or robbing a store and get shot, something of those natures. And even though it's a hard loss, but I think it's better than those things because at least it wasn't of his doing. You feel me? So, that could be a consolation of some sort.
Yeah, it is. But to speak even on the topic, because it is important, he was starting to indulge in the gang activity, which I've always told him, no, we don't play those games. So with him running away and having a little way too much freedom on the other side, that actually is his connection with the other kid, and they were kids. I don't, none of them deserved it, but that was the common connection, them being gangbangers. So even though it wasn't, I still feel I don't even know the word. I very much dislike that a color has the power to take us out of here, people. A color that's going to be here. I don't give a damn what color it is. And that's one of the distractions.
Go ahead.
No, that's one of the distractions that we have to stop. We're giving a lot of this external stuff way too much power. And I do, like I say, he was an innocent bystander. He was, passenger, and a little depth on that story. It came to a point to where it was basically a teenage girl. I don't blame anybody in this situation. Teenage girl let her and another kid have her mom's car or something. It was 4th of July, super, super late, probably 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning when they passed. But of course, the little girl not want to get in trouble. It was a whole investigation had to go into depths where they were insinuating my son them stole the vehicle.
Okay.
And I didn't know, honestly. But the investigation came back that they did not steal the vehicle, which was a relief. And I mean, on multiple sides, because they could have easily said, yeah, they stole it. And that would have been another, So once again, seeing that it was an accident, they did not steal the car. They were just being kids, man. So
right.
But like I said, I would love to speak at any youth engagements with my people. I am who I am, and like I say,
well, let me say this right quick because I don't know what your schedule is like, but we went out to a farm in Navarro County.
I seen that.
Yeah, a week or so ago. But anyway, that was like a prerequisite to putting together a field trip. And part of the trip, even then, there's a little bit of talking going on before we went out looking at the animals because he has a pavilion kind of like he built. You're welcome to come to that. That's going to be like July 25th.
Yeah.
That would be great. That'd be great for them to hear so much of your story. You got so many stories in us. Your story has stories.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
But all of our story has stories.
For sure.
A lot of us are just not sharing our stories, and I've come to realize
that need to happen for sure with the youth.
It does, and transparency, people. It's not about no. That's really why we're here, people. Your transparency will connect with someone else and be a motivation.
And that's the key to help somebody.
It will be a guiding light. It's not about you, and intent. we brought that up earlier. Intent is everything, people. People
Mm-hmm.
feel intent. There's a magnet. There's a whole energy behind intent that people gonna feel. You don't even have to, and they gonna real recognize real. Y'all heard a lot of these little sayings we heard, man. It means
That's
way
real
more.
though. That's real though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
means way more. Keeping it 100, all this stuff. We know the answers. We just don't understand they are the answers.
And we are under so many distractions.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we're too easily distracted, but we just need to have as many counters of things as they're bringing at us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm certain that good will win over bad every time if it contests the bad.
Yeah.
Just one perfect example. Let me say this, like, let's say black people using the N-word, for instance. There's black people that use the N-word, there's black people that don't. But I noticed the black people that do, they willing to speak on theirs. The people that don't, they don't hardly want to say nothing. Because I know a lot of people want to enjoy the fruits of their life, enjoy their good money they make and whatever they do. And they don't want to get no altercation or fights about nothing, even if it's a good fight. But that's not me. I know there's some fights that need to be fought, especially if black people going to unite and utilize our resources like we will and should do. We're going to have to fight for it. We got too many things against us not to get it without a fight. Unfortunately, number one that's hurting us more than racism, because racism is too. Blacks in powerful political positions, per se, that are sellout, that's hurting us more than racism.
Yeah.
But racism is still kicking us in the butt too. But we built for things, and we can handle all this, because look at where we were in chattel slavery to where we are now. That is more progress than from where we are now to where we need to be. So that show you. We got major progress going on, but homie, it's so many distractions, some that are planted to distract us, and some that just distract us because they just want to say something like, let me talk, let me say something, let me say something, let me talk, but they don't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of them, sadly. You feel me? So we that know got to do what we need to do. And when people know better, they do better. That's what that is. That's real talk.
Yeah, and that's social media. Like you say, that's part of, like I say, some things I want to discuss. It's a thin line. It's yin and yang, social media. It's the blessing and it's the curse. And everybody has the opportunity to speak their voice, but some of those voices aren't quite, they haven't realized their potential. So the message they're speaking is being spoke, and there's people receiving and finding their praise in this negative energy. But as you started, positive energy will always outweigh negative energy.
For sure.
And we are positive energy. That's why we've came this far.
But 10 of us can't beat 10,000 of us. That's why more of us got to get in the fight.
Yeah. and like I say, with social media, the numbers are so big. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's happening. They can't stop nothing. It's billions. And that's what I say. And even with beautiful black people,
See, and that's a song, just like many other words. That song itself will help a lot of people help themselves through the message. And something earlier I thought about when you said something about the older guy kept saying, resend it, resend it. It made me think about how I've been with any kind of song, rap, R&B, or whatever. I hear the song, it's a good song. But when I see the video, that song is enhanced inside of my mind, heart, soul, and everything else. And that's why homie kept saying, send me that again. The words are great, but that video has so many visuals, and it was pertaining to the reality of our life in this nation. You feel me? And that's what the deal is, man.
I appreciate it. We appreciate all the love from everybody that's listened to the song, even on an individual basis. We don't ask you to share. We ask you to, just enjoy it.
But they can share, can't they?
Yes, of course.
So let me say this. But you're not asking them not to share, are you?
No.
Okay, we're talking about.
Definitely not asking them to share.
Well, I asked them to share.
Well,
share anything that you think is good is what I would say.
Look, please share.
If you think it's good. If you don't, then don't. If you think it's good, share.
Definitely. No, and that is part of our job now. Don't get it wrong, people.
Yeah.
Let's share greatness. Let's share the energy.
There's some good stuff out here.
But me understanding you can't stop positive energy.
You sure can. You're right. But the
So,
more
you know,
of
that's
our
just
positive people that get involved in the positive construction of our future, the better
yeah.
we'll be.
We definitely need it, people. I mean, you know, whenever we
Yeah.
go on and smash the gas, oh, it's done.
Are
But
you
I
feel me?
understand too, it's can't be stopped. But yes, let's go ahead and put a little oomph on it, people. Let's
Yeah,
go and
why
get
not?
there, and
Every time
you know,
everything is good. When something's good for our well-being betterment, we need to try to concentrate that thing.
oh, we definitely do. And
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like I said, I like talking, Mr. Lorenzo, generational wealth, sovereignty, um, and you know, when people hear generational wealth, a lot of times they assume it's directly talking about money. But
I
what
think
I
when they
understand,
just hear the word wealth, they think about money.
yeah, and that's yeah. And what I want my people to realize, wealth starts way before that.
Mm, mm.
Way before that. And the wealth that I like talking about equals that.
Okay.
So from my journey, there's a lot of this and that out there, but we ain't talking about that. I like to talk
Mhm.
solutions.
Right, that's what I like. Yeah,
Yeah, I like to
solutions.
talk
That's my
solutions.
thing. Yeah.
And what I know and what I like to remind my people and or put on their mind of reality, generational wealth starts with breaking the cycle.
Mm.
And you know, there there's so many options, and we just said this a lot of times, it can become overwhelming, but we're talking about options.
Mm-hmm.
Options is the blessing. So many options, it can become confusing, but we're talking about options, people.
Right, right.
At the same time, these options can be the distraction,
Mm.
but we're talking about options.
Mm-hmm.
This is the blessing, people. Let's not let this blessing become the distraction and or the confusion or the overwhelming, however you say it in the tense. These are blessings, people. There's always yin and yang. The cup is always half full. Perspective. Both sides are always here. It's just on how you look at it. And when I talk generational wealth, I'm talking mindset. That's where it starts. Mindset, self trauma. Let's take care of that, my people. Accountability. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about
Mhm.
generational wealth.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it starts there. And like you say, once we take care of that, once we start there, that's passed on.
Mm.
Yeah, we ain't talking about generational curse. We're talking about generational wealth. And
Mm.
now that I say that, those are the opposites, huh? I'm saying. Yeah, now generational wealth is way. Let's get off that where they want us, people. Let's get focused and
Mhm.
realize the simplicity of what's already ours is about being detached from all this external confusion. And once we get unrolled, I like to tell my people, get off the field. Yeah, we good. We can spin, we can hop, we can do all of that. Let's get off the field. Look at the field. You'll see a whole different vision, man. And,
Yeah.
and that's generational wealth, people. Yes, it equals money, believe it or not. But don't worry about that. Genuine intent, provide value, provide service,
Mhm.
invest in yourself. Let's realize the information that we have access to. Let's realize the technology that you're watching this on. I want
Mhm.
to commend Mr. Lorenzo for taking advantage of this technology, people. Let's realize, once again, it's the blessing. It can be the curse. You can Netflix and chill. Downtime is needed, but come on now. Okay. No, come on, man.
And get back in there, or even get in there.
Get
You
in there
see?
in the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
damn place. A lot of us
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
even been in there.
Right. Some people don't want to fight too, or stand up
And
for things, and we gotta allow for that because
yeah,
we're not all the same.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's
But
understandable.
whenever you do want more people, oh, it's out here. Trust me, it
Yeah,
is.
and I've also heard friends say that, okay, you can help in a different way. Like my one buddy, Eric Johnson, I think the guy on the podcast again, he's saying, well, at least do your family. If you don't get in the fight out here in the world, make sure your family know the real reality of the black struggle of people in America. Do that then. And that's the least people I think they will do if they know about the knowledge of. Because so many of our people are so ignorant of so many things, And it's interesting because it seems like a significant number of our black people with institutionalized education versus our black people that haven't been educated almost any way at all. It seemed like the flaws are just different, but there's yet still flaws that shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? Like so many people, and it's a human thing a lot of time, but people talk about crabs in the barrel. I don't know about all that, but you have some people that because they have made a certain progress in their life, be it educational or financial, think that someone that's not on that level, educational or financial, is a lesser person than them. And that ain't no kind of true at all. But that show about, you say the wealth, that's the lack of wealth, the mental, because you're talking about the mental wealth.
Exactly.
And the mental wealth aspect is in trouble, but it's fixable. And that was so great.
Yeah.
It was so great.
It's also part of the conversation. Whenever you get ready, people, there's more. Whenever you get ready to take care of your trauma, it's yes, people, a lot of us has been through traumas.
Let me ask you if you think this is trauma or not. I've seen a lot of people anywhere from their 40s, 50s, and 60s that they still talking about glory days of high school. What about some glory days and effort of right now? It's like they must be, some of them must traumatized and stuck somewhere in those years. I even have one brother. This guy said something about, we have the same mom, but not the same pop. And he talking about he never knew his pop growing up, but he know him now. He's 91. He found him. I'm like, homie, those your issues, not mine. You feel me? So that's traumatization, I believe. Because here you are 60 something. You still talking about something back when you was in your teens.
Yeah.
And that's common too. Unfortunately, it's so common.
Yeah, and as a barber, I actually witnessed that a lot. As a barber, that's what I say. I realize it's part of my journey to be able to see so many different aspects of life and so many commonalities. Mm-hmm. And that I didn't start barbering for that. I actually didn't even intend to be a barber. But I definitely agree. I heard that same situation. Me and one of my clients were just talking about that. He has a brother that just lives in the past. 80s. Oh, he lives
there. But that ain't hard to find.
No, it ain't.
So that ain't hard. Matter of fact, that's common to find, unfortunately.
Yeah. And me, I always try to bring him back up to date. I chill in there with him for a little bit, but okay, now what you got going? What we doing? You know what I'm saying?
He say, what's up with you?
Okay, now hey, bam. I mean, but that is trauma, Mr. Lorenzo.
Yeah, and it's common within the black community. So common. Let me give you one more conversation, man. I'm gonna leave me alone. I ain't trying to be so much. Okay, I'm single now. Before I was married, I've been married twice, divorced twice. I've been around a little bit in that area of dealing with women, right here in Dallas, Texas. And a lot of women will be from somewhere else, not always Dallas, but Dallas too. If I had to try to guess the percentage, and I'm gonna say this out of 10 women, at least 7, if not 8. In their young life growing up, molested some kind of way by either a mother's boyfriend, an uncle, even in one case I know of a biological father. Mm-hmm. But my point is, somebody from Chicago, from Dallas, everywhere else out of Atlanta, this seems to be a common thing that girls go through this.
Exactly.
And it's not mentioned if though it's as common as it is. I'm just saying my little personal life. I mean, everybody was living their life, working jobs, this and that. But when you get to find out who they are, it is common that females are being molested and stuff like that in their own household. And that's what's so unfortunate. When you have children that can't be safe at home, you're talking about traumatized, right?
Yeah.
That is so unfortunate. And sadly, it is so common.
No, definitely. I agree. And that is the reality we're living in, I believe. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of why we're where we are as far as that conversation.
Yeah, because that's just one thing. That's just one thing.
Conversation. Yes. Yeah. And it boils back down to, yes, and that's part of why I ain't seeing my kids. Honestly. And I do realize it's hard for that person probably to even bring that out to anybody else.
Mm.
But at the same time, if anybody older in that family, mother, I mean, if they came to anyone, it can be hard. But if they did, it is a must to hold whoever accountable. And that's why I say that's where we're missing out, the accountability.
Right.
Yeah,
So many areas.
accountability is the start of that healing process. And sometimes, unfortunately, the person who should be held accountable is not, for whatever reason. But people, you can heal. You can raise your vibration. It starts with recognizing and admitting.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is subconscious, Mr. Lorenzo. But I kind of understand. We live patterns. We're very, as humans, we but I mean, it's not to get too deep, people. If you have a traumatization, that is the start of your generational wealth. That is the start. We say all this, what is it, manifesting and all of this. It starts with accountability. It starts with healing. Your vibration raised by itself. You manifest, you attract. Law of attraction. Don't get caught up by this old commercial stuff they selling y'all, man. That's healing your trauma. You gonna attract. We attract naturally until we get distracted, confused, compete, or we're not dealing with the real trauma. Yeah, we attract naturally, people. We manifest every day. But yeah, Mr. Lorenzo, that's a lot of it, man. Unfortunately, trauma and that what you said about our women and not to point fingers, men too. Men are being molested.
Sad.
And
you're right though, yeah, because there's pedophiles that go both ways too. That thing,
yeah, and just the reality of it. It's I mean, what's done is done, and we have to bring ourselves back to the present. You bring yourself to the present, you have options.
Right.
If you're in the past, there's no so that's like you say, that's where a lot of people are. But people, the secret they don't want us to know. Real generational wealth is about internal happiness, consciousness, people. Soaking up information. That's what they don't want us to know. They want to sell us these commercial law of attraction and this and that. And I mean, but people, generational wealth starts with self-inventory. Internal happiness is everything. Once you get into that, your whole vibration changes. Your intent changes. Your perspective changes.
Your energy changes because everybody has energy. Some is positive, some negative. And you can usually feel people's energy. And I noticed them little small pets and children, they always could tell if you ain't no good.
They untapped. They
unfiltered. They can tell.
You can say kids they gonna tell the truth.
And they gonna feel your energy too. They could tell if you love them. And they can tell if you don't like them too.
Yeah. And people, everything is energy. We are energy. We attract. We are magnets. And that's what a lot of this conversation boils back down to. These words, let's not get confused by these English words they gave us, people.
Right,
these words, not even these letters, that lead back to energy. That's why you can say something in 2 or 3 different languages and get the same output. That's why you talk to dogs and they do it. Yeah, now it's energy behind this, people. That it's intent.
Right.
The word intent is a whole, man, come on now. But like I said, a lot of these words are way more powerful than we realize, people. We use them. But
words do have power.
Yeah, and that boiled back down to like you were saying, the N-word, and I mean, power of influence. Oh man. See, all this same conversation is just saying how powerful we are. It's just wrapped around all these layers of other stuff. Blah, blah, blah.
When you talk about people, because being the original people, the melanin people, that's got to stand for more than what we know of.
And it's a lot
we know quite a bit already.
It's a lot of scientific proof now, people.
Right, that's my point.
No, pay attention to this information, people. You can watch YouTube and watch videos, but you can also change your damn life. If you need my assistance, I help. I go by the name Clarity Coach EJ. I don't even put it out there like that. You see my name say EJ there. I could have put Clarity Coach EJ, but it ain't about that. But there's also other people that have journeyed, have learned. You have journeyed. You have learned. There's people I heard that would clearly recognize your value to them, regardless of what anybody else is talking about. And you having the intent of actually wanting to help. It's a lot of money to be made, but we ain't talking about that, man.
I love volunteering.
It's no scam. I don't, but anyway, it's a lot of money to be made, but realize where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with genuine intent. Yes, you can scam somebody, you can hustle somebody, but that don't last. And you ain't got to do that.
Mm-hmm. I got to be able to live with me. I can't live with myself if I ain't doing something right.
And that's the thing. We call it karma.
I call it my conscience. My conscience got to be comfortable and clear for me to be all right with me.
And that's what I'm saying. And even if you were a person that did scam at the end of the line, your energy all off. That's where you're mentally. Yeah, you gonna end, and I mean,
they gonna pay for it some kind of way.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it's you mentally.
What goes around comes around. That's what they used to say before karma. What goes around comes around.
And once again, people realize the connection of all this stuff we talking about. It's all we talking the same thing. Just saying
it's connected. You're right. It's definitely connected.
So I've been blessed to realize the spiritual connection, and that's not nothing I was chasing. Me living my life, not being connected to external stuff, being distracted. I feel like I've been blessed to really receive a lot of the clarity. And I didn't use the word clarity I'm 43.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Chaz, cat I know, it's funny, 5-6 years ago, we got into a couple of deep talks, and it was just good conversation. He called me coach one day or something, and I almost got offended. I didn't know. I mean, I don't think I knew it was gym coach. I'm trying to say I'm built like a gym coach or something. I got some love handles, but wait, brother, we talking. But I had no, I'm not one that wants credibility. That's not me chasing for praise and all that. So, but a couple of years later, the word Clarity Coach EJ kind of fell on me. I'm good with names and copyright, and names do mean a lot, but I don't even know where that came from. And I've been using it ever since.
That's one of my words, clarity.
Clarity is, and I'm steady realizing the greatness in that word. That's.
Because I ask questions for my clarity, but I notice on social media a lot of times when you ask the question, people think you're challenging what they're saying.
Yeah.
And that's not me. I may say something about it on not that level, but maybe I know something look like more than what you know, then I'm going to probably add to it. But when I ask questions, I'm trying to get my understanding. And my question, you may not know why I'm asking it, how that gives me my clarity, but I do. That's why I ask questions, because I don't assume, you see. Yeah. I ask questions because I don't assume. Well, I noticed that social media people think when you ask a question, what you talking about? So it's like, oh man, I'm just asking.
They on the trigger.
And that's interesting because this social media stuff is fun for me because I love playing with words. And sadly, unfortunately, most people that use words not very good at them. They don't know what a lot of them mean. People don't try to make sure their spelling and punctuation is accurate, correct, or even there. Mm-hmm. And I'm shocked that people don't do that. I know this texting or this social media stuff. A lot of people don't care that almost none of the words are spelled right. That don't make sense to me. It's like, if you're going to do it right. That's what
to protect them people, I'm one of them people, Miss Lorenzo.
All I can say, if you throw a rock,
you know what?
I'm going to say this first, that's for the listeners. If you throw a rock on a pack of dogs, the one that get hit going to holler. I like saying that.
And that's me too.
Yeah.
And first of all, you may see some of my posts. First of all, autocorrect be jacking me up sometimes. I have it right, and autocorrect and switches to something I post and be like, damn it, and I have to go back. Now, sometimes intentionally I do use slang.
Okay.
Because on the other side, I do know how to clearly portray my value. You may see another post that's like, wait a minute, is these two different people posting? No.
See, well, I have a different perspective, and my mindset is this, because I always say, even to anybody, try to keep your good habits, try to get rid of your bad habits. And proper grammar is a good habit, so I'm keeping mine. And I keep it polished, you know what I'm saying? And then not even think about the youngsters, but that is a thought. I want to show them, like you said, lead by example. Mm-hmm. If we text back and forth, the youngsters are going to see, he spell every word. He do all this. Yes, I do. Yeah. We should. Let me say this too. Mm-hmm. I've noticed this. Sadly, this institutionalized educational system don't mean us no good. Okay. Mm-hmm. When you get something out of it, it's not because they wanted you to. That's sad.
No, that's unfortunate. It's true though. But yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. My thing
right. This is what I was saying. I had lost my train of thought, but I didn't want to admit it. As far as reading, I lost it again. Maybe to come back.
Well, you're gonna make me lose mine while you losing yours.
Yeah, but see, you just 43. I'm 63.
Well, I had brain surgery. I got you there then.
You did. I ain't had no come back for that one.
Surgery. You might have me again.
Nah, you got me. That was checkmate.
You know what I'm saying?
That was checkmate, homie. I'm the type I can't concede. And I believe in it. That was checkmate.
But I believe in speaking their language, Mr. Lorenzo. And once again, I feel as long as the intent is behind it, as long as you clearly portray your value, I'm going to always do that, regardless of the slang or the misspelling. I feel they're going to receive it. So that's kind of more what I preach on. Having genuine intent is going to be felt.
That's right.
And I do have people that they know me, and they know sometimes I'm rushing. Me too, I'm multitasking. Sometimes I'm driving, I'm trying to post.
Right, and I didn't know I was going to be stepping on your toe. It's just that I just think that it's good. Because it is. Sadly, so many of our young people.
We have to have the core, though. Yes.
Even so many of our adult people can't read.
No, I agree.
Sadly, and that's so interesting to me. And that's why I focus on the children so much, because, okay, they have their opportunities ahead of them. Mm-hmm. They haven't messed all the way up yet. No, that's why I used to love 5th and 6th graders, because they old enough to understand anything you say, but they got enough time to get it right if they don't have it right. But I want to get involved in middle school now. As a matter of fact, I just sent an email to a brother. Now, I heard about a school at Paul Quinn under the name of Freddie Haynes. I didn't know that was for a middle school. I thought that was for the big people because it was at the college. I just found out from this brother named Damon. He got a group called Jamil Eyes, I believe, something like that. And he told me that's actually a middle school right there on the campus of Paul Quinn. And anyway, I sent the brother, I didn't either. I sent the brother an email today asking, can we partner and do some things on that? And so I'm hopeful that that's what happened. Because I have been looking for a middle school, and I actually wanted it to be one of the ones with a male principal. And it has that. And so it's interesting. I reached out to one school, and they acted like they was going to call back, and they didn't. So I'm saying this is confirmation with this brother mentioned school, because I saw that school, and I found out when I looked, and the brother said it, and I'm curious to even see how they're working that. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that could be motivating for those young people to see these college students that look just like them roaming around, So definitely. I'm hoping this brother holler back and we can collaborate on making a difference. I'm really hopeful.
Oh, yeah. Keep me connected on that too, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm, like I say, that visit out to the farm. The farm is just basically an hour and 20 minutes away from Dallas. So it ain't that far. That's great. That's great. That's great. And you going from city to country.
Know a couple other black farmers in Dallas, and it's that's greatness, people.
Yeah, we on our way. We like the 5 heartbeat.
5 million heartbeats. But
well, since you want to go there, 41 million heartbeats. That's how many of us is here.
41 million heartbeats.
Now, but we gotta count because we know everybody ain't gonna get involved. So we'll shoot for 30%. How about that?
But you know what?
What?
That 30 gonna pull in another 30.
Okay.
We'll end up with 10, 15, but that, just like you say, that 30 gonna pull another 30, that 60 gonna pull another 20. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually
Well, you probably right due
we'll
to
be
the
up to
fact
98 eventually. We're
we're
gonna
gonna
always
be.
have somebody, but I understand that's
I like
people.
those numbers you got though. I love
Yeah,
those numbers.
yeah, it's unstoppable, Mr. Lorenzo. And a lot of the stuff only creates the answers. The negative energy creates the answers. They can't stop it.
It's unstoppable. That I do know, and they know it too. But so
Hmm.
that's why they just keep doing as many distractions as they can and slow us down as often as they can, because
Yeah,
it's inevitable that we are unstoppable and we are going to unite and utilize our resources for our own well-being and betterment. It's inevitable.
it is.
Yeah.
And
But
I mean, just to talk back on that topic, Mr. Lorenzo, a lot of the times I mean, I do stuff intentionally. Intention. There go that word again. Intentionally and intention. At the barbershop, we have talks on these specific words
mhm.
and how they weigh more power. But anyway, I do like to speak people's language to get in there and give them something. So if you relate to me because I use slang,
Mhm.
my mission is accomplished. Now we can talk and I can give you something else.
Oh, I feel
So
you on that.
yeah, a lot of
Just based
times
on
I
the
also don't
audience.
want to, what is it, empower or that person that don't feel comfortable. No, I want you to feel comfortable. Post that message.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's yeah. So that's me, and you know, but I do heavily believe in having the fundamentals,
Right.
asking why, like you
Mhm.
said, why. Let's stop looking for these shortcuts. People get to the why, and oh, you would understand what's going on.
And you
It's
say
tortoise in the
solution.
hare, people.
Solutions is about
The
solutions.
solution is there, and once you learn that, you get way
Mhm.
more power. This
Oh yeah.
technology is great, y'all, but realize it's dumbing us down. It
Yeah.
can dumb you down. You can use it, or you can be used.
Oh wait, that's big right there.
Yeah. So
Oh wait.
I mean, in the process, unfortunately, a lot of people are being used, but we ain't talking about that, Mr. Lorenzo. Well, we
No,
are, but to only talk about
yeah.
the
The
other side.
possibilities, yeah.
Yeah.
But the greatness, like you say, the generational wealth aspect of not being money. I love that concept. I
And
love
that's
that
yeah,
concept.
I definitely want
Yeah.
to enforce that, people. Generational wealth starts with, let me see, I jot it down to make sure I get it right. Because I talk all day long, but I forget everything else I was supposed to say. It. We gonna be like, we gonna end this show and be like, you know what? We talk about nothing I'm supposed to talk about.
Before you you're
No, but
mad.
people, the secret that they don't want us to know, generational wealth is about mindset, real internal happiness, and consciousness. It's not about paper. Don't get it confused, and that
Right.
equals papers. Now, ways to accomplish generational wealth. Deal with your self-trauma. Deal
Mhm.
with that. Invest in yourself and raising your vibration. Investment, don't get that wrong with money. We talking about information. We're talking about energy. There's
Mhm.
always a return on investment in everything we do, especially energy. And you can be getting some back, but you can always get a better return on investment of energy, a better return on energy. Uh, Another way to accomplish generational wealth, let's break what we call generational curse. Let's break what we call generational curse.
Mhm.
Let me this plane pass by. So let me say it again. Let us break what we call generational curse, people. In my opinion, a lot of this generational curse, or that's what we call it. It boils down to dodging accountability. That word accountability is so powerful, people. Realize
Mhm.
that's also the key to your next level as a human, your life experience. Once you're accountable, you actually learn something, you raise your vibration, and a lot of stuff happens. But we're in a world where, you know, accountability is, oh, even this word toxic floating around. Oh, we didn't got, I'm toxic, but you're going to love it. I see people saying that. Really? So basically, you're unaccountable and you know you're unaccountable, or you wouldn't be calling yourself toxic, but I'm going to love it. How'd that work? People, let's stop doing that. Let's stop. Man, what? Anyway, take advantage of the information and technology, people, but realize there is a thin line. There's a thin line.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be on this side of the line. Be on that side of the line. Do get downtime. Do Netflix and chill. Use the technology. Like my brother here, Mr. Lorenzo, he's using a podcast. People, let's use this. Let's realize we will resonate. Your target audience is looking for you,
and let's help each other. Help each other, because a friend of mine, ex-mentee Eric Johnson, the guy that got the other podcast, he came and set all this up on my computer. I don't know nothing about how to do it. I know how to talk. The brother had this banner behind me, made by his cousin. I paid for it and all to help me, because I used to have DVDs trying to give my home and say, man, let me update you.
Yeah, let me update you right quick. DVDs, brother. You walk around with VHS. You walk around with VHS.
No, they were DVDs, one VHS.
So you ain't gonna take that one up.
But he got me up to speed, so I appreciate it too, man.
I love that. And I also provide that service. Anybody over age of 40, 50 don't know how to work social media, don't know how to capitalize, let me know. Or holler at my brother Eric. What's his name? Eric Williams?
Eric Johnson.
Johnson.
He doesn't do this for everybody. This guy, he got a restaurant, he's a home builder, all that. He just did that for me as a big
and that's why we're here. Well,
yeah.
Seems like my brother Eric is busy. Y'all let me know.
Yeah, he's busy. He's busy.
You're up to the age of 40, 50, don't quite understand how to use this technology. It is the difference, people. I can be your translator. Once again, we already know the answers in real world. We just lose the translation on social media. We are the answers. If we lead, they will follow.
We're the solutions to our own problem. We are the solution, no doubt.
No, we really are.
Anybody gonna save us but us?
Man, like getting older, I realize the greatness that Michael Jackson was giving us, regardless of his position. He really gave us some man in the mirror. Like it said so much then, but now it's saying so much more.
And just FYI, since we talk about the way they use music to hurt people, to help us hurt ourselves, they talking this drill music nowadays, this murder. Well, Michael Jackson had an album that in one of the sentences, one of the lyrics, it said, Jew me. And them Jews made him take it off the album. No. But yet, the N-word is prevalent, encouraged, the B-word and all that, and it's blacks against blacks.
Exactly.
It's not accidental or coincidental. When we was growing up, well, me and my friend, you're a little younger than me.
Yeah, when we was growing up, Mr. Lorenzo, I remember them days.
They didn't allow profanity on the radio at all. And on TV, even married couples didn't sleep in the same bed or kiss. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Now, everything goes. And there's targets then, there's targets now. They're just using various concentrated tools. You feel me? Yeah. And I heard something about they use AIDS to kill a guy that started NWA. And I ain't surprised at that, because I've heard about cancer being used to kill Kwame Ture and one other brother. You feel me? So, Steve Coakley out of Chicago. I hear something about they think they use cancer on him too. So they got all kinds of warfare.
No, they do. Yeah, no, they got a lot of plays running they have to though, but it still ain't stopping nothing. You know how
they ain't gonna stop it.
You got 10 people dragging he dragging their ass down the field.
Well,
y'all straight back down. Hey, come on.
It sounds like you're talking about Earl Campbell.
Hey, we talking about Earl Campbell, baby.
Because that's one I done seen do what you just described.
Yeah, we dragging them down the field. It don't matter.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's a little heavier load. That ain't got nothing to do with where we're going.
Yeah, we're going to do our thing.
And like I said, I appreciate Michael Jackson. Like you say, he did say that, and a lot of other stuff in that same song. He did that, though, regardless of his position.
And then they flexed and showed what they could do, made them take it off.
Yeah,
that's power. And they got that kind of power, but it can't stop our power.
It created this conversation.
Yes.
They can't stop this. And if they do, I'm saying they can't stop it. We're talking about something that happened then, and we're talking about it now. You see how that works?
Yeah. That's
That's
that
what I'm
energy.
saying.
That's that energy you've been talking about.
The negative energy creates the answer. It reveals there's a problem. Problem solvers and people on right vibration gonna do. I mean,
They gonna solve it.
Stop it, y'all.
They
Even
gonna
technology.
solve it.
Realize technology is a part of human evolvement, and let's take advantage.
Because, like you said, these technological devices,
Yes,
say it got some cops in prison that would not have been in there otherwise.
So let's realize the greatness in this technology and use it as such, people. Once again, we are all influencers.
Absolutely.
Let's start influencing. You are influencing even if you don't intend to. You are, but when you start using your influence, oh man,
For positivity.
there you go. For positivity. Oh. But even if you use it the other way, that's why we see it is all, but it ain't a good all. It's a bad all.
Right.
Use it the other way, people. Once
Absolutely.
you start, if you're not using it, and you know what, with the social media, if you're not using your influence, they're using your influence. Period.
Yeah.
Even in this world, if you're not using it, they're using your influence. Trust me, they are. Yeah, you are being influenced by music, TV, and all of this, and you're resonating that. Trust me, you are, whether you realize it or not. But hey, man, I do a lot, and y'all need my assistance.
Yeah, man. Say, I sure appreciate you, man, and yeah, maybe we have you back one of these times. You give us some information about the progress on these things you into so many things.
Oh, I am, but at the end of the day, my message is the same. And you know, and that bringing that up, Mr. Lorenzo, I do a lot, and I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. It is a benefit in being able to concentrate your energy in one specific direction or a few. But the niche, the commonality in everything I do is creativity. So it's not like I'm a doctor, a mechanic, a so-and-so. It's all connected by creativity, and that is a lot of, I feel, why we're here, to tap into that genuine creative energy. We may call it godly energy. We may call it genuine intent. That's why we're here, to create. We are creators.
Absolutely. With good intentions.
Yes. But the power in the create period, once again, that's why we see the negative. They're creating, but it's not with genuine intent. The power to create is what we all have. We are all creators. So I don't know what I was talking about, but y'all
boy, you funny. Say, what about your podcast? You have a podcast, don't you?
I do. Me and my guy, Cadillac Mac, he's from Houston, and we talk generational wealth solutions, blockchain. It's all, like I say, at the end of the day, trying to allow our people to take advantage of this technology to invest in themselves and to connect with like-minded people. We don't have a consistent schedule. We do, but I mean, I'm so everywhere. I'm looked at as an influencer on social media, but I'm a real life influencer. So in the process of not getting confused by these numbers and stuff I get on social media, I step back and see what's more beneficial at what time, and I'm there. I don't care what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they podcast ain't regular. I'm over here doing something. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
you're doing your thing. That's what you're doing.
We have a podcast. My Instagram, Yaki Domingo, Clarity Coach EJ. I don't know, Mr. Lorenzo. You know I'm forgetting something. But y'all stay tuned with me or Mr. Lorenzo. I'm always trying to assist people, be the glue.
Oh yeah.
Even the clarity I have on social media, I'm that person that if you don't understand it, I do. I understand how we are here to not be talented. No, that makes you think it's about you. That talent is actually your purpose. That's what it is. You're supposed to use that and be that greatness, but be so open and genuine to provide service that somebody else will gladly come to you, and you will gladly assist them doing what you love to do, and everything else happens. So
that's interesting. I'm not trying to hold you up too long, but
no, good.
Is that anything similar to your situation? Because I didn't see it or read it, but I'm speculating. Where you were at the Lorenzo Hotel with the Oriental guy, was that some type of work or what was that?
Oh yeah, we were at the Lorenzo Hotel, located in downtown Dallas on Lamar. Beautiful facilities, and that was just a benefit of me using my influence genuinely. Once
Was
again,
that
stuff
was a
happened.
client? Was that a client?
No, that was them giving me a free hotel because of the influence I have on social media.
Okay, well that's
The
good.
numbers, and I can show y'all how to do the same. That's what I'm saying. People, a lot of us chasing the social media money. It's money down there, but it's a lot of money, connection, and leverage to be used way before you
For
get
things and
thousands
places,
of
look
dollars.
like. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
and that's
things
what
and
it was.
places.
When you tune into genuine intent,
Mm,
provide service, your numbers will grow by themselves. Real social media numbers. That
that's
social media
interesting.
number, a company will see that you have attention. A lot of this is about attention, people. Energy. You have the attention, you have people's energy. They can put something in front of those people that makes
Mm,
sense and get a conversion.
okay.
Therefore, they give you a hotel. So, long story short, me being who I am on social media grows my numbers. I can show you how to do the same, being you, being genuine. But like I say, it comes with all of that, man. It includes a lot. And hey, man,
So
that's
you
it.
got the
It
free
was
hotel just because of what you love to do.
exactly. And once again, once you tune into that, people, a lot happens by itself. And
That's interesting. Very
yeah,
interesting.
I get a little some of anybody book, but like I say, me being me, I'm not even tripping on that. That ain't gonna change my pocket. I'm more concerned with genuinely wanting to get them more clients because I know a lot of stuff happens from there. Or being
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
genuinely get my people a discount on a room. I ain't tripping on nothing. I ain't gotta get nothing off of it. And right now, the little payment I get, I'm really giving that back to the person to get a discount. But yeah, Lorenzo Hotel. There's been a few other things, but simply from sharing my journey with genuine intent.
Right,
It's
right.
evident for all of us, though. So, and
Yeah.
social media can consume you.
Mm.
So it is your responsibility to systemize your greatness. Don't be taken advantage of, people. Social media is not set up for us to benefit. And a lot of the benefit we get is from a company seeing our influence, putting some in front of it, and giving us a small piece of the pie. I can show you how to make the whole pie, and we can make the whole pie the whole time. We just don't realize what's really going on.
Not
Once
yet.
again, we're being, what's the word, pimped or whatever you want to call it, from
No.
our greatness. And we see
Mm.
it as opportunity. Oh, I'm influencer. Oh, I'm getting likes. Man, don't get it confused. You can make a lot of money with less than 500 followers. You can make a lot of money with less than 100 followers once it's real. So anyway, that's what that was, Mr. Lorenzo.
I'm sure for
Matter of
people
fact, wait a
too.
minute.
What's that?
Is that your hotel? Is that why you brought that up?
No, it just popped in my mind, and I remember the photos, and I saw the little chubby Oriental dude,
Oh
and then
no.
as you was talking, I thought that was some type of client relationship
Oh, wait
deal.
a minute. You probably talking about a photographer. What was it?
I,
Did I put him in anything? Did you see him on another post or something? I don't think he was in none of
I
the
only
pictures.
I only saw him on that deal where you was at the Lorenzo Hotel. That's all I know.
He was in one of the
And
pictures. Nah, you got to be
yeah,
talking
he
about.
was.
I
Yeah,
don't even.
little chubby Oriental, right? You remember
Yeah,
chubby
well,
Oriental?
I want to say he's
I couldn't
Hispanic.
have seen him. I couldn't have seen him no other way.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, wait a minute. That's why I didn't put the connection. I'm trying to say. I think it was a video or something. That's what it was. He was in one of the videos.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. He's a photographer.
I probably didn't touch it to make it go, evidently, because you
Yeah,
know those
that's
videos.
Eli. Yeah, he's
Okay.
one of my friends, and he's a photographer, and he actually
Okay.
came out. Yeah, took a couple of shots. He's connected with Samsung. He gets
Hmm.
free products and this and that. Once again, people
And
from
why is he getting that?
the same reason. I mean, just
Because he have some kind of a what show or something?
well, being active in this world of social media.
Just
Period.
active.
Yeah,
Just
just being
active.
active, being yeah, existing,
Okay. And actively
creating
existing. Mm-hmm.
versus being consumed. He's creating.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what that was. I had to think though. Yeah, that was just my photographer partner. That was
Okay.
actually
Okay.
yeah, he was coming out to support and
Being that people will get to hear some of your song at the end of this, do you have some other songs coming that
I do. Like I said, I do funny content. I don't call myself a comedian. I just try to influence people where I can. I have a project coming out I mean, trust me, people, I'm not tripping on no music. I stopped doing music because there were way more important things needed to be done. I came back to create beautiful black people because once again, there's way more important stuff needs to be done. That was the purpose of that song. So
that was important.
I didn't come back for no. I ain't tripping on no music.
Yeah, that was important. That was a good one too. You answered that call.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I do realize I've always been talented or whatever with music. I have a lot of people want me to create, but I'm starting to realize, and it's not a forceful realize, but that's also part of our duty to share our message in any and all ways possible. And the vibration of music is so powerful. I got a project coming out. It's probably going to be like a spoof project, funny songs. I don't know if y'all remember Word Al, something like that. But once again, to speak some language and get some people to this message.
You're going to have some messages in there.
Yeah, well, not that. That's just going to be little funny stuff. I got a couple of old songs I'm going to remake spoof. But yeah, when you hear this full project, or when you hear my message, period, or when that's the full message. I don't plan on releasing any type of, like I said, even back then, I didn't curse in a lot of songs. A lot of the songs, all the songs weren't appropriate. I ain't never get too out of hand, but it was more speaking people's language once again to bring them back to this other music we have. So I do plan on releasing an album, a CD only to show people there's no age on music. That's the whole purpose of this next project. But to influence people to make music, real music.
Yeah, of all ages.
If you make music and you have been discouraged and told you're too old or you think you're too old, don't listen to that. People 99 still listen to music. Now, you do need, or it is great for you to, don't be 50 or 40 rapping about sagging and no, don't do that.
Well, you know I want to do a new beat on my old rap song, Drug Problems.
You need to.
Yeah, which I wrote it like at 28. And, my mindset, because rap used to be like this, where you create a song that's a message to somebody to help somebody. And so Drug Problems, that was it. I know that, and that was, like I said, in 88, it's like, drug problems been a problem for a long time. And sadly, that song was current then, current when I was doing it in the schools, and it's still current, and sadly be current 20 years from now, more than likely.
Exactly. That's music. That's what music is supposed to be. It's supposed to last forever. It will last forever.
That's interesting and unfortunate at the same time, right?
And what's crazy, once again, it's not crazy. A song I made probably 15 years ago, I said, what you know about spitting words that won't die. And long story short, that leads into my belief we do live forever in multiple we can talk about it in multiple ways, but your energy lives forever, people. We have certain artists that have died and had a negative influence going, and unfortunately that influence kept going. People kept killing each other. They kept beefing because you killed him. That's them living on. But you can also live on, just like a lot of the greats, the stuff we're still saying, that means they're living on, people.
Yeah, like Malcolm X. But something you said, I don't know why it went here, but it's something about this sagging thing. I'm surprised that sagging ever became a fad, and I'm more surprised that it has lasted so long. What we talking, 25 years now?
Influence.
I mean, but how long do you think that's been going on now? At least 20 years, more than 20 years, ain't it? This sagging thing is so ridiculous, man.
Over 20.
Oh man, that. Like
I've never sagged. I mean, if I have, it wasn't purposely. But you know what, Mr. Lorenzo? I ain't gonna just put blame, but you want to know what can stop sagging?
No, I like to know.
Women?
Yeah, but it's got to be women that know who they are. And sadly, too many women don't know who they are. That's why men can have them do what they want for whatever reason. But it's got to be women that know who they are. And there's too many of them that don't know who they are. They'll just go with those that don't know who they are.
Yeah, so you're right.
It's got to be them kind of women.
But that's why we here. But that's why we here. Seeds are being planted. And, seeds
and I think that situation is going to improve and be stamped out to a degree too. But we'll see. It's supposed to be some movie called Buck Breaking or something like that by this Tyreek dude. I haven't seen it, but I heard it's supposed to be. I saw it made already, but I don't know.
Yeah,
But
let me enforce that, Mr. Lorenzo. I'm going to cut you out, but just to empower our women to find out who they are. Women, y'all have the power to stop sagging.
they did. They have the
Trust
power.
me, y'all do. If once y'all say, "Oh no, I don't know," you can't get this looking like that. This, y'all know what this is. Trust me.
Come out this conversation. You
y'all
can't get this conversation
next week if y'all wanted to. When nobody on earth be sagging next week, if women decided to stop it. But and see, I'm saying it to encourage y'all, women. Y'all have
now that's
all of us
superficial on the surface because this boy Spike Lee made a movie saying that what do you call it, Chirac, and I thought the guy had good intentions trying to make a difference to help Chicago, but that was buffoonery. That movie, and it was saying, well, that movie was saying that the women was saying to the men, "Look, if y'all don't stop that, y'all ain't getting no more." Come on. From the way it looked to me, this probably ain't no way it looked. Definitely the numbers of murder went up after that movie. But the way it looked to me is that, I don't know if Spike tripping, not liking Chicago, planted that stupid seed he planted, or if the fella say, okay, you think you can play with us, we'll show you what crime looked like. Because it went up after that movie. And the movie was straight buffoonery. Yeah, now this guy, Ice Cube, his first barbershop going co-sign this boy, what's his name, Cedric Entertainer, say Martin Luther King wasn't nothing but a hoe. That's so terrible and ridiculous, but it happened. I would like to see an apology from both of them guys, but I'll say this. Possibly, Ice Cube realized that was so wrong. And I think it was his third barbershop, if I'm not mistaken. And that barbershop, he had it in Chicago. And that barbershop, which is a comedy, did a way better job at addressing the problem in Chicago violence than what Spike Lee's Chirac did. So it made me wonder, is he trying to say, I'm sorry for what I allowed happen, the disrespect to Martin Luther King? Well, I would love to hear him say it, not signify it through no another movie, because it looked like that's what that was. But how can you fix your mouth to disrespect your martyrs that were murdered by these same people that have done this horrifically forever? And you're going to say this man wasn't nothing but a hoe? Come on now.
Yeah.
A man that died because he was fighting for us. And you're going to disrespect him like that? Then the thing on top of that, I didn't hear nobody stand up against that in a significant way. Not Martin's sons, not the SCLC, not nobody of significant exposure, not Farrakhan, nobody, to say, you don't say this about this man. No, some things you don't play with. Them folks don't let you say Jew me. But you can say Martin Luther King wasn't nothing but a hoe, and them same people run that industry. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that you got a guy like Cedric, whatever he is, and this Ice Cube dude, that for money, you'll disrespect one of our martyrs, that they shot this brother in his neck with a hunting rifle. Come on now. You gotta get serious about this thing.
Yeah, the old money is the trick that they use.
The love of money is the trick. Money's just sitting there. The love of money is what get people to do whatever.
Well, and the lack of self-awareness. Real. Like these
absolutely.
These
if you had awareness,
if they go start their own league. Like, even athletes and a lot of the stuff that we look at.
There's a lot to it. Guess what? But guess what? They ain't got to do that. Just let's utilize our resources for our own well-being and betterment. We ain't got to reinvent nothing. If it's true, and I believe it is based on one friend of mine, Norman Dukes, that black people spend 1.7 million a year, 1.7 trillion, a year, and only 41 million of us. 1.7 trillion is more than enough for 41 million people to operate from. You see?
Yeah, when I say that, I'm just saying they ain't got to redo. They just got to realize
make another league. But look what it takes to make another league.
No, but I'm saying when I say that, I'm just saying in general, they don't have to. They just have to all wake up and say, "We ain't trying to hear that." You know what I'm saying? And on same team they own now.
But say it through your actions. You ain't got to say a word.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying.
I do.
But in the process of them having us thinking this is the dream life and the highest goal, we're still being pimped.
Right, but there's some people that
Or they're
realize
not
what you're
standing on
saying.
what they need to stand on because they're scared to have
Not
their money snatched when they are the prize anyway. And they're going to continue to be the prize in today's world.
not
Start a
the ones,
podcast
not the
if
ones
they
that
fire
we,
you.
not the ones that we see. Because guess what? There's brothers in that game with money that thinking just like you. But
Yeah.
this is the thing. You can't tell your enemy your plan and think
Yeah.
it's gonna still work.
No, yeah, I agree.
So it's brothers. I'm saying it's
Well,
brothers
between me
and
you, Mr.
sisters.
Lorenzo, you know,
Brothers and sisters that's big in money and feeling just like you and living just like what we talking about.
honestly,
But you
Mr.
won't know
Lorenzo,
it unless you're around it. You feel
no,
me?
and that's the thing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I do know.
We got more good brothers than bad brothers. Let me say this too, since things popping up. This guy, Umar Johnson, I saw him say this. This fella say, there's no other man that has the amount of women outside of their race like the black man. Okay? And he's saying that if though the black man is out there lusting for everything except a black woman, that's not true. What the deal is, and I say to Umar Johnson, don't get it twisted. The thing is, them other men that ain't black, don't nobody want them but their type of woman. That's what it is. It ain't these black men chasing nobody. These women are chasing the black man, Umar. That's just FYI, but I love you too, brother, for sure.
All right.
That's real talk. The brothers ain't chasing nobody. They chasing the brothers. Just who wants a Chinese man but a Chinese woman? You feel me? And I'm through with that.
Well,
Let me
I don't
stop.
even, you know, I don't even listen to Umar, man. I mean, I ain't got nothing against.
Well, I just see that, but check this
out.
out. I see that, but check this out.
That's
The brother
true.
came hard and real on his NAACP thing with that Dwayne Wade and his girlfriend letting that boy get his thing cut off for this LGBTQ stuff. That's ridiculous. And this boy ain't but 15. Come on now.
Well, see, and that's what I'm saying.
He definitely hit that on the head.
I'm you know, I'm a great person. Try to be a great person, and I try to be commercial-ish.
Okay.
I'm gonna always stand on what needs to be said, and I won't give a damn what nobody think. Even when
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
to my
yeah.
position,
I know
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
do that.
I
So
know,
if
and
you
that's
don't
what men
like that
do.
and you
That's what men do.
trying to stop me.
Yeah.
Hey, you better work hard, baby, because that ain't got nothing to do with me.
You better bring your lunch, right?
That ain't got nothing to do with me. And that's my technique. Like I said, I do have a certain technique to get to a certain stage to address some. I almost cuss to address some stuff.
He say, "I'm okay."
Yeah, but I mean, you know, so I understand that too. But
yeah. But see, like you said, people can tell what's real when you are black and you love black people. You can tell when it's real.
Yeah,
you can tell, man. You can tell.
Yeah, man. That's what I say. They can't stop them, man. It's a lot of
no. Slow you down. They can slow you down, but they can't stop you.
It is our
It's our turn again.
What's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of it.
I just said it's our turn again because the Bible say the last be first, the first be last. Well, we've been first before, so we going to be first again, I suspect.
Now I can't think of the word. It is our something to
our season.
No, it's mandatory. What's the word? Anyway, it is our duty.
Obligation. Okay.
Obligation.
Okay, that one. Okay. Yeah.
It is our obligation.
Absolutely.
To invest in ourselves.
Absolutely.
Mentally.
Oh, yeah.
Information. It is our obligation to break the cycle.
Absolutely.
It is our obligation to connect with like-minded people and to be the magnet that we are. It is our obligation, people. We are the answer. It starts with the man in the mirror. Like Mr. Lorenzo said, it starts in your house too. Don't get confused. No, you don't have to be the superhero to the planet. Be the superhero in your house.
Dig it.
It's a lot happens from there. Trust me, it does.
That's true.
I mean, you know.
Thank you, man. I tell you, I appreciate you showing up, and I know you'll be back with some more good talk. And
well, yeah, you know, and it's long time due, my brother. You know, we talk about and even back to influence my people. I got a lot of people saying my brother. You know.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's interesting.
Yeah, you know, they call me like my brother. I was hey, my brother. You know.
See how to me, anyway, it sounds a whole lot better than my end to me.
Yeah, it do. And I mean, you know, people. Let's realize our obligation also equals our destination that you're trying to get to. Like that life that you really want comes with self-improvement. In today's world, you improving yourself equals all that other stuff that they making you think requires the other stuff. Trust me, it do. And if nothing else, it equals internal happiness.
And that's crucial.
Everything else.
That's important. Mm-hmm. So we definitely appreciate you, my man. And it's been a variety of moments.
And I'm sure we still got another 4 hours worth of conversation we ain't covered.
Oh, but man, easy.
Once again, I appreciate you having me, man. Y'all need my assistance. Like I said, I do a lot. I kind of help people, just realize the simplicity of social media. The life you want to live is out here. Your ideal client is looking for you. The person that would love you to assist them with getting to where you are, even though you may not even realize where you are, is looking for you. So Clarity Coach EJ, y'all go to my what is it? Y'all need my assistance, claritycoachej.com. Yeah, I mean, Yaki Domingo on Instagram.
All right, my man. So I do appreciate you.
Boy, I was on a live show, as you call it.
I love my people, beautiful black people. I love my people, beautiful black people.